Alright, the part that I'm going to show today, we're drawing the individual parts to a clamp. We already did the clamp body, so next part I'm going to show is going to be the screw. I already saved it as that. Alright, I'm going to start by drawing a center line for my overall length, which is 3.875. Alright, then in the object layer, this has some different thicknesses to it. On the right side here, it tells me the diameter is 0.240. So what I'm going to do, not attached to anything, I'm going to draw a 0.240 line. I'm going to grab it, stick it on the end. Alright, that diameter comes in 0.281. So I have the smaller diameter. The next size is going to be 3/8. So I could draw a 3/8 line and move it over, same way I did that one. Or I can come up. I'm at the midpoint, so I don't want to go 3/8 all the way up. I want to go half of that. So 3/16. And this one, I'm just going to take it the full length over. It's not going to go that far, but it doesn't tell me the exact size. So 3/8 go all the way down to the bottom. Line it up, connect. Alright, now this side I'm going to trim it back. This side has a diameter of 0.5. So I'm going to go from the middle up 0.25. And that diameter comes in 0.562. 0.5 down. Line it up. Connect back. Then I'll trim there and there. Alright. The ends here aren't squared like that. They're cut off on an angle. It's similar to fillet that we used, but instead of being rounded, it's just cut off on a flat angle. So since it's similar, weirdly enough, it's underneath the fillet. It's called chamfer. I click on that. Just like on the for fillet, where you have to tell it the radius and type in the size. This time you need to either tell it the length both ways or length and an angle. I'm going to tell it the angle. So I'm going to click here where I can type A and hit enter. Alright, it says specify chamfer length of the first line. If I look on the paper, it tells me it is 1/16. Then it says specify the angle from the first line. On the paper is literally labeled 1/16, then an X or by 45 degrees. So I did the 16th, and I typed the 45. I hit enter. Now it tells me to select the first line. It's the same as doing fillet. I'm going to click one side, and I'm going to click on the other side that makes it. Same as fillet again. I hit enter. It'll start back up. It's already set to the same size, so I click on one and click on the other. That's going to make a new edge. So I got to connect my line across there. Alright, now there is a handle that sticks out. So I'm going to come in from the end, 0.312. Then the overall length of this handle is 2. So I'm going to go up 1. I'm going to go down 1. Alright, diameter of the handle is 0.125, which is 1/8. So I'm going to do offset 1/16. I'm going to offset on both sides, because 2/16 is the same as 1/8. Connect my line down the middle. I'll change to center, and I'll stretch it all the way. And I'm going to trim these lines back. Alright, that's the basic shape for the front view. In this section here, there are threads. We haven't gone over threads, so just leave it as a smooth diameter for right now. I'm going to do my top view. Everything here besides the handle is round, so it's going to be exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of that besides the handle. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to click on the edge, and I'm going to keep it lined up. Copy and place it up. I left one line behind, not a big deal. I can just bring that over. Now, to finish this view, I'm going to take a center line across here, and then the handle, looking from the top down, is just going to look like a circle. So do center diameter where it lines up, because this center line is lined up with this center line, and the diameter is 0.125. Now if I did everything right, the side of the circle lines up with the side here. So there's my top, my front. Now I just got to do my right side. This is going to involve circles. So you can either do it this way, or I'm going to line up the center, and I can type in the different diameters. Like the first one is 0.24. Alright. The other way, a little bit easier, is if you do center radius and you line up your center point, then I'm touching with my cursor the next diameter over, and then bring it over until it snaps straight up. And that's just lining up the top of the circle with the top of this line. So it makes the circle the size without having to type anything. Right now this is a pretty simple drawing, so this saves me maybe a split second. Alright, so I got that one. I'll have one more. Well, let me double check something. Is that 3/8? Yeah, it is. So the circle I was trying to bring over from here is going to line up with this line. So it'll just be object. And then I just need to bring over. Let me make some center lines. Now I'll do object. Actually, I'll just copy and bring it over. So I'm going to save myself some time, select all the parts of the handle. I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to grab it by this midpoint. I'm going to take it over to that midpoint. Looks good, but if I zoom in, it's not touching. So instead of trim, I'm going to use extend. Click on the 4 lines, and now it is connected. So that part is done. I'll hit up my dimensions, do my overall length. I'm just labeling it like it is on the drawing. Pull it up. .5. There to there. Let's do. I'll do a diameter for that one. A linear top to bottom. I need how far in to the center. Oh, hold on. I didn't get the end. I want to say that number looked off. Now it looks right. Sorry for that, was quiet. I'm talking to myself here. And diameter for there. Alright, the chamfer here, what I'm going to have you do, there's no automatic button for doing it. Yeah, that will do that. Let me see if there's one. Nope. Alright, I just want to check, make sure this version wasn't any different. So to label it, I'm going to click leader. I'm going to click on the chamfer. I can click the place where the line's going. Once I click, I'll get a cursor. Then I can do the 1/16 by 45. And then to get the little degree symbol, I'll go up here to symbol. It's the very top one. And I click outside of it. And I have this one all done. So, let me save this one. Alright, so I saved it. You can print it out or export it. I'm going to do save as. I'll do the last part just because it's a small one, so it won't take long at all. The last part is the cap. I'm going to start with the center line. This is a small part. Overall length is 0.375. So I'll be zooming in a good bit here. I'm going to start with my front view. One side has a diameter of 0.5. So I'll draw a 0.5 line. Stick it on the left. The other side has a diameter of 0.687. Grab it, stick it on the other side. The bigger diameter comes flat over 0.125. And I'll connect down. 0.125. Connect down. Connect the line across. Alright, there's holes drilled in here. Alright, on this bigger side, I'm going to come up, and it tells me the diameter on the bigger side is 0.375, which is 3/8. I'm going from the midpoint up, so I'm going to go up 3/16. Alright, it doesn't go all the way through, it only goes 0.125 in. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, but I'm going to show you another command. Once I have this one here, if I do mirror, I have that line selected. If I click along both sides of my center line, I don't want to erase source objects, it will take this line and mirror it to the exact same distance on the other side. So if I went up half the diameter, this will go the other half the diameter, and then I'll have my full diameter there. Those will be hidden lines. Alright, the hole doesn't just stop there, it's just smaller the rest of the way through. That's called a counterbore hole, where you take a smaller drill bit and drill all the way through. Then you take a bigger one and drill just a certain depth. They'll do that to recess heads of nuts and bolts. In this case, it's a way of attaching the cap to the screw. Let me do this real quick. And finishing this one up, the front view's almost done. I just need to make these smaller diameter holes. They're going to be hidden. I'm going to come from here up. Diameter is 0.25, so I'm going to go up 1/8. Connect over. Now I'm going to take it and mirror it down. If you don't like mirror, you can just draw it like you drew the top. Front view done. Let me do my side view. Center radius. Line up my center, bring over the top, center, bring over this diameter, center, this diameter, and center, and this diameter. That last one will be hidden, because I won't be able to see that diameter because it's on the far side. Looking from this side, I can see this diameter, I can see this one. This is bigger, so I can see the smaller diameter. So that's all of those. Let me add center lines. Change them so I'll see the hashes. And smaller. My top view, super simple. Couldn't get any easier because it's going to look 100% exactly the same. Let me go to dimension. Do my dimensions. Go here. Let me do the diameter. This one. And my overall length. So diameter for those there and there. Alright, so this is a completed cap that we get attached to the screw, which we get screwed into the body of the clamp. So that is the last two parts for this object. Hopefully that helps you out.